Joe, I want to thank you for letting us do this audio because today, it's a bad hair day for me today.
I understand.
So, yeah, so thank you for being so kind. So, how y'all doing?
Very well.
Okay. And how your dogs doing?
They ornery, but they doing good.
Tell me them dogs' names again.
So I got Zeta, Chloe, Mika, Yuri, Yonda, Fumo, and Nyla is one of my Corsos. We did a nice breeding with Tony Scandy. We got to confirm and hope everything goes well. But yeah, this would be a nice one.
What's your boy's name?
My boy's name? Okay, I got two boys, a Corso, Fumo, and then I have a Central Asian Shepherd boy. His name is Yuri.
Okay, do they get along?
Yeah. I got my girl Zeta, the oldest, and then I have my oldest Central Asian Shepherd girl. Those two try to run the yard.
How old are those boys?
My boys are 6 months and 10 months.
Oh man, perfect. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Well, let me ask you this, Joe. So, a lot of times our boys do take center stage. They get the spotlight. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times also, they recognize they're important and try to get the big head sometime. How do they act with your children?
Very well. Very well. That's the first thing we try to work on is my baby girl, she's 5, and those I got those Central Asian Shepherds, they pretty big and pretty rambunctious sometimes. She can go out there and feed.
Right. Okay, look at you.
Yeah.
That's why people need to be listening to you, because you got sense.
Thank you.
Let's jump into this.
Okay.
And first, my wife is going to read for us. These are both of our words. We collaborate on everything. Thank God. Thank God for a wife, Joe. Believe that.
Yes, sir. Best thing happened.
Say, honey. Thank you, honey.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Well, you've all heard how much Gypsy and I love dogs, big and small, therapy dogs, police dogs, dock diving dogs, agility dogs, frisbee dogs, cadaver dogs, even sport dogs. Each one of these disciplines take a certain amount of training. Training must come with a method and a methodology, which is a science. All these disciplines tap into the dog's natural instinct and ability. As it comes to the best performances in each of these disciplines, a certain amount of aggression exhibits itself. As much as I enjoy all of these things, I will concentrate on 3 of them. And that's going to be police dogs, sport dogs, which is just a watered down version of police dogs, and the other is personal protection dogs, our pet protector.
Yes. Well, let me stop you there. I want the public to start defining things a little better. When you talk about personal protection dog, it still sounds so militant, and it's not that. This dog that is your personal protection dog is your personal animal, a member of your family, and so we like to say and create the pet protector, that the dog is our pet, knows it's our pet, loves being our pet, but also grows into being a protector. And the way that you raise and train will determine that. Now, I did use the word aggressive, I think it was, because aggression. In these dock diving things, you can see the aggression in the dog, how he launches himself off that dock. Agility, when they do that weave pole, man, if that ain't aggression, nothing else is. It's just not pain-causing aggression. It's drive. And you're going to hear the word drive a lot when you talk to sport trainers. And I just got to keep coming at this sport thing. But go ahead, Lori.
Well, number one, the police dog. And the police dog's mostly used and excels at crowd control or pursuit and apprehension. Both of these aspects are essential for their job to aid the police in their line of duty.
So police and have been using dogs for this purpose since the pyramids, since the Romans. I mean, this ain't nothing new. The police use dogs for crowd control and apprehension of bad guys, suspects. That is important for police dogs to do. That's their job, that's their life. And they're nobody's pet. I don't care what they tell you. They are canine, police canine. They have a job, and they excel at their job because that's all they get to do. Go ahead.
Sport, however, is competition and entertainment.
Yes, it's not important. They'll tell you competition makes excellence sometimes. Most times it makes a show. And when you're dealing with physical violence, shows need to stay at the arena or on that field. The problem is when you're talking about dogs and you turn them into, well, we'll get to those terms in a little later, but you have more dogs than you actually need or can handle.
Sport does not have the essential importance to society because it became so much entertainment.
Yes, I remember when sport was, that's how old I am. I remember when sport was becoming prevalent, that Schutzen was the gold standard, and I respect Schutzen. But every sport that popped up now became more crazy. Instead of police work now, they were recreating scenes out of action movies. It just became more and more and more entertainment, and the more devastating the bites can be, the better. It's almost pornographic, the amount of violence that they would put into these sport competitions. And that's got to be known, and you can see it. Go on the internet. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
The problem, as I see with most training going on today with aggression and biting, is being done by so-called sport trainers. In most cases, they're not trainers at all, they're decoys. And a decoy's entire job is to take bites.
Yes.
And that's the problem.
That is the problem. Because their knowledge, depth of knowledge, range of knowledge, basically revolves around the bite. Because the decoy is only important when the dog is biting. And he becomes a good decoy by how he works the dog, how much pressure he can put on the dog and maintain the grip. So decoys are not trainers, period.
So the sport trainer only cares about biting.
That's right.
And therefore, most of his work evolves around chasing, biting, and maintaining that bite, no matter what. And then they try to sell what they do to the public as protection dog training.
There's the sin.
It is not protection dog training.
It is not. It is
called
attack
sorry. Training.
That's right. And let me tell you something. You go into court and start throwing that word attack around, and you're going to be in big trouble. The only people that can have an attack dog are the police. Go ahead.
Attack training is dangerous,
yes,
and in most cases illegal.
Yep.
That behavior, like you said, is only acceptable on the sport field or in the hands of the police.
Mm-hmm.
The police at least have a system of accountability where dogs and handlers are reviewed and tested on a regular basis. If they don't make the grade, they're taken off the line and retrained or eliminated altogether.
That's right.
And police are also protected by the law and/or settlement.
Well, let me hold on. That system of checks and balances does not exist in the civilian world. So if you're teaching a dog police tactics, police method, police science, and it is based around the attack and the bite and the devastating bite and hold on no matter what and don't let go no matter what, and it's being taught by someone who is a decoy, who is lying to you, telling you that they're preparing you a protection dog, you need to know that, public. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, the sport world doesn't have the system, and the problems these so-called trainers who are actually decoys mostly concentrate on is the devastating, most powerful bite imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
Lie to the public. The lie is that they are protection trainers, and they are not. They are attack dog trainers.
That's right.
They create an attack dog, not a personal protection dog.
Not a pet protector. Believe that.
Personal protection dog trainers realize there is more to defense and protection than the bite and or the attack.
That's right. So let me just give you some history here. Long before there was any police departments, sheriffs, deputies, any of that. Long before there was any slavers, long before there was any prison, chase them down, catch them if they escape. Long before that, men and dog had a relationship. And by the time men found out if they crawled into this cave, they could put their valuables, they could put their family in it. They put a dog in there with them so they could get some sleep at night and not be snuck up on. So that it would warn would-be intruders that this is occupied, this cave is occupied, keep it moving. Dogs have saved millions of human beings without biting anybody. That's important. These so-called trainers, these decoys, are not going to tell you that because all they think about is the bite. And the bite is what gets you in trouble. The bite sometimes makes your dog unmanageable. If he thinks that's his only job and purpose, and you got a job, you paying a mortgage, you trying to raise a family, you know, these so-called decoys, that's their life. They wake up, they go make a dog bite. They have lunch, they go back and make a dog bite. They have dinner, and before they go to sleep, they go make a dog bite. That's their life. That is not the life of a mother, father, bus driver, church lady, doctor, lawyer. That's not the life of most normal people. Most normal people have things they have to do other than manage a dog that is attacking or has the mind to attack or has been conditioned to attack. And that's all he wants to do is attack and bite. Go ahead.
Well, our first book, An Owner's Guide to Raising Your Pet Protector, we didn't instruct anything about training your dog. But now as we move on to writing our second book, we want to start the chapter with how to train your pet protector,
yes.
Your personal dog, from the time you bring him home.
That's right.
We're going to help you point out differences.
We're going to help
what a sport and personal protection trainer.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll define that for you more deeply. We're going to want to talk about bringing your dog home. Getting your puppy as young as possible is always good.
Yes, you want to bring your puppy home as soon as you can get it.
I, as a breeder with a state license, my puppies have to leave at 8 weeks old. But in that time, they are, from the minute they are born, they are handled by me, talked to, loved, kissed on, rubbed, petted with, you name it. I do it with those puppies.
And their health, what do you do by the time they're 8 weeks?
Oh, you got to have a routine deworming schedule, vaccinations,
right.
Vet check.
That's right.
And it depends on your breed, what you're breeding, and this is talking about if you're breeding the puppy. But that's the health and love you got to put it into them before you put them out into another family.
That's what your breeder got to do. So, some of us don't have the money to go to a breeder. We just know somebody that has a good dog, and maybe we don't even know how good the dog is, but we know we need a dog because of all these creeps that's walking past our house every day.
The younger, the better.
The younger, the better.
So you can train it.
That's right.
The way you have to, not already have the dog imprinted in somebody else's training,
yes.
or just no imprint at all.
I tell people all the time, do not go buy a dog already trained, please, because he's not your dog. If he's already trained, somebody else is his master. So how old is he, and how much training has he had? So if he's had bite training, if he's had so-called protection training, then please don't buy that dog. Save your money and go buy another dog that has not been taught to be an idiot, because that's what that is. When you get him and he knows all that, who are you? That's the question the dog asks. Who is this person trying to tell me what to do, trying to push me here or pull me there? Believe that. Dogs have minds and personalities. They have good habits, they have bad habits. So, you're trying to get your dog as soon as you can. You want to make sure that it is inoculated and has been wormed. If you can't be sure of that, then run to the vet, get your inoculations, get your puppy tested for worms and parasites. That's number one. Then comes the loving.
Bonding with your personal protection dog.
Yes. And why?
That's the fun part.
Why? Because you're going to keep this dog. This dog is not just going to be here to go to shows. And as soon as he hits 4 years old, he's not as fast as the 2-year-old dogs. And so we got to replace him with another dog, because all we care about is being a sport guy. So you're going to keep this dog. This dog going to live with you, protect you and your family and your home for its entire life. So you want to start it out with love. But you also want to start out being the master. Go ahead.
A dog needs a master.
Dog got to have a master.
And some of them, well, I won't say some of the most important, but two of the most important things to teach your dog in the beginning is the word no.
Absolutely. And come here.
No means no.
No means no.
It doesn't mean, no, honey, no, don't do that, stop it.
It means no.
It means
knock it off.
Like a circuit breaker.
That's right.
When you say no, your dog
electricity.
Around. Like, for instance, Chief Little Dog, 150-pound Canis Panther. I can't even explain how bad he was as far as fire and work.
A dragon.
Fire-breathing dragon. If he lifted his leg to pee where he wasn't supposed to, and one of us would say, no, he would immediately stop that stream of pee and put that leg down and move to another direction.
That's right.
No should be a circuit breaker. Turn it on and turn it off.
If he was on a female's back breathing, we didn't have to pull him off. If there was a difficulty, we would say the word no, and he would get down. But he didn't learn that once he got to be a 150-pound dragon. He learned that when he was a baby. A baby. No is the most important thing that your pet protector will ever learn in his entire life. The next most important thing will be come to me. Because once this dog gets mad and has targeted someone, even at the fence or gate, you want to be able to call him out of there. You want to be able to say, hey, no, dog, come in the house. And he stops his aggression and comes in the house. If your dog don't do that, then he's a problem. He's going to be a problem. And you're going to have to go out there and get him. And then maybe he don't want you to come get him. And he shows his aggression to you. Now the whole thing is messed up. Start in the beginning. A dog needs a master. Dogs are made to have masters. Foxes, wolves, coyotes, African wild dogs, they have no genetic material to have a master. Dogs do, just through the course of history and natural selection. Those dogs who could not be mastered did not get to breed. They're not in the gene pool. Let's be smart, people. Let's don't be mommies and daddies. Let's be loving masters. So, you got your dog home. 6, 8 weeks old. Did you have more you want to say? 6, 8 weeks old. that dog needs to have a collar and a lead on his neck. 6 to 8 weeks, not a choke chain, not a pinch collar, a flat collar. Something that delivers no punishment whatsoever. Repetition is going to be your best friend. But the collar and the lead is your handle. And this goes more than just on the dog's neck. It's your hook that's in his brain. So, you want to put a collar and lead on the dog, even if you just let him walk around with it and drag the lead in the house. So that if something happens that you want to stop or you want to gain control, you don't have to chase the puppy and make them feel insecure, run from you, afraid of you. Maybe they stop to squat and you, oh, hey, no, go get the lead. Take the lead, take the dog right on outside. The lead is your best friend. It's called a lead for a reason. It's not a leash, it's a lead. It helps you to direct your dog's physical body. And in doing so from the very beginning, you are in his head. And you won't have to use a lead after this type of control because it'll be in the dog's head to do what it is you want him to do.
And it's also great bonding for you and the dog because it keeps the dog close to you, and that's where the dog should learn his place.
That's right.
Is close to you.
That's right. And he should learn how to just relax. You don't need to have full run of your house. He hasn't paid for anything. So he has no respect for anything. But he needs to learn who the master is. And the master is not who gives the most kisses, who gives the treats, the water, the food. The master is who controls everything. That's the master. Who controls everything? When the dog realizes from the time it's 8 weeks old that you're in control, when he's 5 years old, when he weighs 150 pounds, when he's a dragon, when he's making them bad guys change their mind, he will still know you are in control of him. He will surrender that control. It's not something you have to fight for or stand on his neck for. He'll surrender that because of how you started him out as a pup. But at the same amount of time, 6, 8, 12 weeks old, the sport guy is teaching your dog before you even get it. He's teaching your dog to chase stuff, bite it, and hold it. And he's dragging them over things and he's holding them up in the air. You don't even know that he's already, instead of teaching him no, that dog will never hear the word no. Instead of teaching him no and come here, he's being taught if it moves, chase it. Once you get it, grab it. And you don't let it go. Not for any reason. He's not even supplying a reason for the dog to do this. So you go buy it, and he's trained it to be an attack dog before you even get it. And so there are some basic questions that we want to prepare you with, arm you with, when you're searching for your dog. And so I think that's where we're going to end it, and we'll pick it up right there. My wife just says yes. So that means...
Yeah, next time we're going to talk about playing with toys.
Yes.
And the ultimate question, tug of war. Yep. Should I play tug of war with my dog? It's so much fun.
Yep.
We're going to tell you all about tug of war. We're going to talk more about health and diet of your new puppy, your basic obedience, and we're even going to get into female versus male.
Yes,
so
that's
I hope
important.
You come back and
remember,
chat with us.
Remember, it's on the back of our book. It's your dog and it's your money. You can waste the dog and you can waste money. Do the right thing. If you listen to us, I guarantee you're going to have positive results. I guarantee it. Because what's important to us is your success. Okay. Until next time, stay safe.
Peace, love, and pause.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Boy, my wife's something else.